I actually came out here to prove that SRC was a fraud. We'd written about SRC in the magazine. Now, I didn't really come out to prove it. I wanted to find out, okay, where the holes in this story. This was such a beautiful story, such a great story, there got to be holes in it.
He's a 1960 radical hippie. Okay, come on. He didn't tell you that he truly was one of these hippies. Okay?
Yeah.
It really just didn't believe in anything.
Yeah, well, that's all true. But so I came out here and I spent a lot of time, and I lived with people who worked in the company, and I got to know a lot of them. And I learned two things. Number one, Springfield Remanufacturing, SRC, is a company made up of real people. And the people who work in this company have all the foibles that everybody else has. But that I also learned that it was the real deal, and that what they were trying to do in this company was really what Jack said they were trying to do. I think that was part of the inspiration behind writing Small Giants.
What we discovered at early is we didn't have any money, so we went out to try to borrow capital. And all the people that we went to borrow money never asked us about, well, how was those job descriptions, and can you show me, what your evaluations were for the last 14 years, and, all of that quality seminar that you attended, that degree you got in materials management, they could care less. They'd ask you dumb questions like, well, when are you going to pay this money back? And I would go, wow, really good question. I didn't go to the bank, to pay them back. I was just trying to get the money to go into business, like somebody else. But the more I got turned down capital, the angrier I got, because it seemed like our whole system is all set up to keep you away from understanding that it's about creating a great company. It's not only about doing a great job, but you should be, figuring out how to create a great company. What if we could teach people how to make a great company? Wouldn't we have to have great quality? Wouldn't we have to be there on time? Wouldn't we have to, have great service? Okay, wouldn't we have to be really innovative? Okay. So the idea was kind of simple, was that we're teaching people wrong stuff. What we should be doing is teaching them how a company is great, not a job that we're hiring them into. Okay? So I couldn't understand the system. We work real hard all week. We give 500 UAWs all their piecework assignments. Okay, we produced all these pieces. Okay, but we had no information to figure out what was happening. Till one day I went down to the bowels of this factory. Now this factory's a mileage away. It has bomb shelters, all right, because we made airplanes during World War II. So we got bomb shelters in the basement, right? So I went down there and I find this Iranian engineer. And he's working on a System 7 computer. System 7's computer got filled this room. It was the first computer that came in, right? And I said, what are you doing? He says, well, I'm just taking everybody's timesheets and I'm figuring out what the productivity is on all the departments. And there's like 4,000 people in this factory, right? And, there's like 5 or 6 superintendents that go to this meeting on Friday. I'm a superintendent. I got 5 general foremen. I got 26 foremen. And I got 500 UW guys, right? And so I said, you're doing what? He goes, oh yeah, all that stuff you guys are putting in the time clocks. He said, I run it every night. And I said, who's using this information? And he goes, oh no, they don't believe it. I've been parallel processing, they didn't believe it. I said, you kidding me? I said, how accurate are you? He goes, about 99%. I said, okay, do me a favor, do not tell anybody. So I took this information, and I went to my guys, I said, look, I think what we should do is start betting people on productivity, okay? That we should be going up against another department and saying, okay, I'll bet you $100. My productivity will be greater than your productivity, okay? So for about 5 months, we were taking in like about 400 a week, okay? From all these guys, because I was getting the information on a 3-shift basis, okay? So I would go to all the UAW guys and we'd pool the money, okay? I'd say, look, we got this inside information. Paul is giving us the productivity numbers. We'll go in there Friday, we'll make the bets on Friday night, we already got the information. Let them play their carbon copy games, we'll kick butt like crazy, okay? Well, and then we would win, and I had a general foreman who did a heat treat department, Eddie Novak. The guy was like 400 pounds. So I put him on a bicycle every time we meet somebody, and he'd ride around the department ringing the little bell. Just irritate everybody. No one could figure out how we can get closest to the pin, right? Because nobody believed in technology then. So the bottom line is that whole company's productivity, 4,000 people, went to $78. Think about this, from 58 to 78. And those people's productivity increase, they didn't even know that was increasing. All they were doing was making $5 bets, $6 bets, $7 bets. And what I learned is that you can trick people into learning, okay? I mean, you can just absolutely trick them into learning.